I don't even know what to say anymore. Like, it's like every time Ashley, like, I mean, every time we think, you know, I, I'm Tammy. This is Tammy Talks, ready to love. I don't even really want to call it Make a Move, but Make a Move, Season 1, Episode 10, Mama Knows Best. If you're brand new to the channel, I break down TV shows one recap at a time, interjecting my own thoughts, opinions, and theories into each and every recap. So if you guys enjoy that type of content, go ahead, do me a favor, and hit that subscribe button. I am less than 125 subscribers away from 20,000. So, if you guys have been rocking with me from Ready to Love, the past couple seasons I've done it, or from this season, this series, and you have not yet subscribed, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, thumbs up the video, and then leave some comments down below. All right, so let's get started, y'all. Zadia decides to keep Cam. Surprise, surprise. Oh my gosh, who would have thought? So Zadia is keeping Cameron around, which I think is crazy because that man is all but telling you to leave him alone, but she keeps him. She said that she likes his transparency. I said, girl, what? If Cameron was truly 100% transparent with you, he would tell you, Zadia, I don't see this working between us because you are not willing to move here and I am not moving to DC. That's really all that needs to be said. But, you know. So then we have Sharice. So did y'all see Sharice's roses? Those are long stem roses. Okay, those came from a florist. The flowers that Tabari gave Vernisha, while they were pretty, yes, those were not long stem red roses. Somebody put in the comments they were still okay. I didn't say they weren't. I said they're not long stem. Things have descriptions for a reason. So Sharice tells Nick that they're in two different places and she sends Nick home. And here's my thing. Here's the thing. I don't know what was Sharice's purpose in keeping him to send him home the very next day. See, Sharice is looking for somebody with money. When she looks at Maurice, she sees money. We're going to get to that later. So she then walks outside kind of bragging to the ladies that, oh my God, look y'all, once again, I don't have a keeper. I get right to bed. I'm standing on business. I get right to it. You look like a gold digger, sis. You look a gold digger that don't know what she wants out of a relationship. You're too old for this. But okay, girl. So while they're out there, the guys get sent home. Tamika tells them that they aren't going to be matched on any more dates, and they are now going to be meeting their keepers, friends, and family. So this is what's weird to me. So you already sent, half these people have already sent somebody home, aside from Vernisha and Zadia. Ashley and Sharice, y'all are meeting the family members of somebody y'all have sent home and then brought back. That ain't weird to none of y'all, but alrighty. So Sharice brings his daughter and his cousin. His daughter said that he's very kind, he's very giving. The cousin said that she feels very, I think, protected and safe around him. He leads the family, he sets the mode. Well and fine, nothing too major with their meeting. But then we get Zadia. Cameron brings his best friend, again, very even keeled. His friend said that Cameron is very disciplined. And it's his discipline that makes him, he didn't say he was a catch, but he said that, you know, when people are disciplined, when they set a goal, they achieve it. They obtain that goal. They do what they can to make that goal. And that's something that I guess Zadia is attracted to. So she was cool with that. She felt the way about that. But then his friend said, Zadia acts that to his detriment. And his friend is like, no, we kind of, when we feel like he's in too deep, we pull him out, we let him know what he needs to do, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, Zadia, this is stuff that he's kind of told you, that he's really into his career, he's really into his job, he's really into what he's really into. So either you're going to be okay with it or you're not. But I feel like Zadia just makes herself look stupid in these scenes, because it's like it's almost like she's trying to use the friend to get Cameron to see what he needs to do. You know what I mean? So Zadia asks, well, his friend tells her that he thinks that Cameron is ready for a relationship. And Zadia, you can tell that, like, she started skinning and grinning about that. She got excited. Like, she just couldn't contain herself because she was hoping that Cameron heard that. And it's like, oh, I'm going to drop everything to move to DC to be in a relationship with you. It doesn't work like that. So we get Ashley. And this is where we took a turn. So Don brings two of his friends, a female and a male. The male didn't say much of anything. The female came in hot and ready, okay? So Ashley said that she picked Donald because of his beautiful eyes. They asked, why was Donald eliminated? Like, you eliminated him with T-Sis. Ashley, whether people are going to... No, not, let me save that. So Ashley gets what I don't want to say aggressive, but she gets extremely defensive. Her tone changes. And it turns into, well, because we had a lack of communication. We didn't talk for 2 days. And it's like, okay. The fact that Ashley went into the we didn't talk for 2 days wasn't necessary. Ashley could have just said we have different communication. The communication for me, on his part, wasn't there. It got better after that. That's all she had to say. I think Ashley just says too much. So his friend is like, that's crazy because I was with him when he texted you. Ashley said, well, I didn't get anything. But Ashley, this man showed you his text messages though, right? So for 3 days, you didn't text him anything. And I'm still standing on that. If you go a day and that person hasn't reached out and contacted you, what is stopping you from reaching out and contacting him? Because you literally never know what the issue is. That's the thing. You don't know what the issue is. Something could have happened. What if he was in a car accident for 2 days and you're sitting here, car accident in the hospital for 2 days, and you're sitting here cursing this man's name, calling him everything but a son of God. You know what I mean? And then it turns out that, oh, he just couldn't get to his phone. Which is why I don't believe in the whole, you didn't contact me, so I'm not going to contact you in the communication. Like, I don't subscribe to that, right? So we then get to talking about the clothes, and Ashley was saying how she has a whole new wardrobe for him. What this sounded like is that Donald went and told his female friend, I don't remember her name, everything that Ashley said. Ashley don't like men. She don't like the way I dress. She don't like this about me. She don't like that about me. Do I think that Donald was wrong for doing that? I don't. I think that it is more in turn his friend's fault. I think his friend did too much, right? But I think that Ashley's tone and the way that Ashley responded to it is what got everything hyped up. So then it turns into Ashley saying she has a new wardrobe for him, and the friend is like, you acting like he's in full suits, and Ashley's like, he has been though. So then Vernisha, who is sitting there awkwardly in the midst of this, is like, oh, well, this is like, we've never seen him like this. He is always in loafers. Here's my thing. What have y'all done that would require him to not wear a loafer, right? He's coming over for cocktail parties. Y'all are going to like lunch dates and stuff like that. They're acting as if they went to like a salsa class or something, and Donald came in and had on these loafers. You know what I mean? Do I like the way he dresses? I don't see the man enough to know how he dresses. But actually, if you want a guy that is going to wear Jordans and stuff like that, then that's kind of something you need to go seek out. Go find a man that is wearing Jordans or Yeezys or whatever type of shoe that you want. But for you to keep talking about you don't like his clothes, you don't like his swag, you have a whole new wardrobe for him when you're sitting in all these Fashion Nova, Shein, bodycon dresses, the audacity of it all. Actually, you wear the same type of shit every time we see you too. Ashley wears these bodycon maxi dresses that have the back cut out or the sides. So, like, what is the difference between you wearing that and him wearing some loafers? Let's be real. Let's keep it 1,000%. That sounds crazy for you to be saying that I don't like the way he dresses. I got a whole new wardrobe for him. That is what I feel like there are just ways to tell somebody that you're dating that you don't like what they have on, you don't like the way they dress. But saying that I'm gonna get show me something other than them fucking loafers, that's not cool. It's not. So in Vernisha, this didn't involve you at all. You should have really just sat there and wondered why Tabari came so late. So they then get to somehow it turns into the friend saying that why does my forehead itch? I'm sorry, y'all. It then turns into the friend saying that Donald has a choice. And Ashley kept saying he doesn't have a choice. His choice is to be here with me. And then it becomes all about me. It's all about me. It's all about me. It's all about me. Word to Maya. It's all about me. And it's like, Ashley, this is just showing how immature you are. This is immaturity. Is the friend doing too much? Absolutely. Absolutely. But the way that you handle yourself when it comes in these situations is more telling than anything. It's more telling than anything. This went the way that it went because Ashley was being combative. She was, in my opinion. My opinion. Don't come in the comments and say I'm wrong. It's my opinion on the matter, right? So Donald, Ashley is then saying that she wants to feel as if he is matching her energy. So in the confessional, Vernisha is like, he can't show you what he doesn't have to offer because Ashley feels that, she's being attacked and is coming at her from every kind of way. Donald said he is being himself and that his nonchalant attitude should not be taken as him not being genuine. And I agree with him on that. But I agree with him on that because I'm a very nonchalant person. You know what I mean? And I have often had people mistake my nonchalantness as well for people saying that I just don't care about anything and I don't care about anybody. And it's just like, I'm not a person that's going to, jump up and down, hoop and holler and do the most when it comes to stuff like that. So Ashley is like, that's rich coming from a poet because he said that he says what he says and he doesn't want to like dress it up. He can't dress up what he's trying to say. So this entire thing was ridiculous. So Donald said that Ashley was slightly aggressive. Ashley gets offended by that. The friend is like, slightly. No, she was aggressive. So were you, ma'am. You were aggressive too, sis. But Ashley was aggressive. She was. She just was. Just was. So then we have Vernisha. She meets Tabari's mother and brother. She's honored to meet his mom. She has not met somebody's mom or had somebody's mom make her feel this way since she's met somebody's mom at the age of 16. Vernisha is reading questions from her phone. And the question is, how would they describe him and what kind of man he is? Girl, you had to write that down? You couldn't remember that? I didn't even write the question down and I can remember it. So Vernisha tells his mom that they have a communication issue. And I'm like, y'all don't. He just didn't text you for a couple hours one day. God. So his mother is like, these are just things he just might not be accustomed to work with him. Don't throw him out to pasture just because this one day he didn't text you until 6 p.m. Again, in Vernisha's responsibility in all of this. She didn't contact him either, and even said, I wanted to contact you, but I didn't because I wanted you to contact me first. I'm sorry, we're 17 again. And then Tabari's brother said that he's more neutral and puts responsibility kind of on both of them in the communication sector. So we then get some more final dates. We get Vernisha and Tabari. They go on a date, and he tells her that his mom really liked her. They both agree that things are going in the right direction. Tabari is showing a different side to her. He's more toned down. He has a milder tone. He's showing a more mature side. He's talking about the future. So, and it seems like Vernisha is taking to that much more than him being the jokester. My only concern with that is don't have this man hide his personality and hide aspects of his personality so you can be more comfortable. You have to take the Tabari that likes to, be the jokester that knows how to work the room. You have to take that alongside with this type of Tabari too. But they seem like they had a really nice date. We get Sharice and Zadia talking. Sharice does not think that Donald should have brought a female friend to meet Ashley. She said, because how do we know that, they're not sleeping together? They haven't slept together. And Zadia is in the confessional and was like, why does she think the worst out of everybody? Because Sharice has clearly been hurt before, or Sharice has been that person before. One of two options. So Zadia was like, it would be kind of a bold move to bring somebody you've been intimate with. Sharice said, well, it happened on my season. I guess it happened to LJ. Zadia asked Sharice, has she ever dated LJ? And she points out that she saw them kiss when he was there. Sharice gets offended, and it's like, we did not kiss. It was, or they kissed, but it was just a list. Sharice telling them, mwah, a real quick thing. I personally do not kiss my platonic male friends like that. When I see them, I'll hug them. We might, a kiss on the cheek. But I went out last night, went to a little Christmas situation. I saw a lot of my male friends there that night. By no means did I kiss any of them on the lips to say hello or goodbye when I left the party. Okay? So Sharice then gets mad and said that Zadia is being messy because Zadia is like, I don't kiss none of my friends. Sharice feels that Zadia is trying to ruin her reputation. She tells Zadia, don't put my personal business out there. And I said, Sharice, the audacity. You're the same woman that started the whole situation about Zadia being out at night and coming back in. So you're mad that Zadia says she saw you kiss LJ when you have been saying that Zadia slept with Cam before. Like, come on, Sharice. This was silly. This was silly. If there's nothing behind your kiss, why are you making a big deal about it? Again, I don't understand why anybody cares that Zadia did sleep with Cameron. He has literally been her keeper since the first night. I don't understand why anybody cares about that. But it's like, Sharice, you can't say don't put my personal business out there when you did it to her first. You started this with her. So she then says that Zadia is mean to everybody and she's intimidated by the other women, and she was even rude to Camille. And Zadia was like, you don't know about me and Camille's relationship. And that's true. There are, sometimes the way me and my best friend talk to each other, people will be looking like, oh, what? But that is how we talk. And I feel like that is how Zadia and Camille talk to one another. You don't know their relationship. You don't know their friendship. And by no means do I think that Zadia is intimidated by any of the women on the show. You know what I mean? I mean, if we're in terms, not to be rude, but Sharice, let's be real. I don't think you're as pretty as the other women. Not that Sharice is not a pretty woman, but I don't think any of these other three women, Ashley, Zadia, or Vernisha, are intimidated by you. I just don't. But hey, that's me. Nothing about Zadia has ever given that she is intimidated in the looks department by any of the other women. So Zadia said, if you kissed him, then you kissed him. Cherie said, if you fucked him, then you fucked him. Zadia, she said in confessionals that Zadia even told them that she slept with him and how well endowed he is. And it's like, Cherise, what happened to personal business? There's a difference between talking about you kissing somebody and you saying that somebody else fucked somebody. There's a big difference with that. But okay. So we get Sharice and Maurice. They're out on a date and they're out getting pedicures. And he lets her know that his family does like her. She said they then start talking about travel, and she said that she would love to go to Greece. And she was like, I know anything that you do is gonna be first class. Did y'all see the way he looked at her? Did y'all see the way he looked at her? It wasn't a look of for sure, yeah, of course we gonna fly first class. It was a look of oh. Why was the first class comment even necessary? That's why Sharice comes across as a gold digger. Yeah, she has her own money, but Sharice is clearly looking for somebody that is going to supplement her life, I guess. So then we get Zadia and Cam. It's just another scene with Cameron telling her that, I encourage you to be single and pick other people. She's asking Cam how he feels about them. He wants her to do what makes her happy, whether that involves him or not. And I feel like, Zadia, how many times does this man have to tell you this? This is his second time telling you, if you are happy by yourself, then I want you to be happy by yourself. If I'm not the best thing for you, I want you to find somebody else that is. He then also says that if she's willing to be patient, then that's cool. But let's be real. Zadia is what, 38, 39? She's not going to wait another 1 to 2 years for a man in another state that is not able to at least verbally commit to being in a relationship with her right now. Not them living together in the same space, but at least like dating. So he then feels that there has not been enough time for them to know if he's all in or not. He said it's only been a month or two. I mean, what more can we say? We have heard this conversation. This is the third time we have heard this conversation from him. Maybe even the fourth. I feel like this is the fourth time we have heard this conversation from him within the past 2 weeks. The final scene is Ashley and Donald. So Ashley says she has a zero tolerance for disrespect and an even more zero tolerance for someone that doesn't have her back. Donald shows up with some like light up balloon type thing. It was cute. It gave like I'm at a festival with my kids, and this is what the man that's pushing, the little cart is selling. But nonetheless, she thought it was cute. Ashley asked him about his friend, the female friend that came. He said that they're just friends, and he was like I told you. So Donald tells her that there was no way to predict how things would have gone today. So I'm assuming their interaction is the same day. Why are these scenes so out of order? Why wouldn't we have saw that? I guess because this was the most explosive scene. So Ashley said that all the stuff that he says about her, the aggression, the bulldozing conversations, his friend was doing as well. Donald sits there quietly and then finally said that he's trying to calm down. And I'm like, what are you trying to calm down from? Ashley, on the other hand, is in her confessional saying she's about to get aggressive because he has nothing to say. And this is where Ashley goes wrong. If this man has nothing to say and you feel like you are getting your answer about the scope of you two's relationship and the future, what purpose does it serve to get aggressive? What purpose? What purpose does it serve to get aggressive in this moment? He said that she's pointing her fingers all in his face, whatever. She says she's not. He said her passive aggressive, snarky comments and jabs during disagreements take him out mentally, and he wants to know why that is her initial go to. She said that it's not. He says she's raising her voice. She wasn't. In Ashley's defense, she was not. She said that she's a person that talks with inflection in her voice and she talks passionately. So every time her voice, gets some type of inflection about it, he turns around and says that she's yelling. Now, I can relate to that. I have done YouTube videos where I'm talking about something and I'm a person that when I'm passionate, excited, whatever, my voice gets higher and higher and higher. I have a tendency, it sounds like I'm yelling, but I'm not. I have had some of y'all be in the comment sections and say, oh my God, calm down, it's a show. And I'm like, I wasn't even like upset or mad. That's just how I talk in the videos. So she then says, no, so then he turns around and it's like, if like what do you think your energy is given right now? She says, and he was like DMX. And I was like, DMX? DMX, that was an awful comparison. So she was like, so then he's like, what if I was doing all this talking and stuff like this? It would be an issue. She then says, I would slap the shit out of you if you came to me talking with your hands all while pointing in my face. So he was like, what? So she was then like, oh, so now I can't joke? No, you can't. Because if he can't joke about the DMX, you can't joke about slapping the shit out of somebody. Let me repeat that. If he can't joke about your energy giving DMX, which is a joke, then you can't joke about slapping the shit out of him. So then Ashley is like, you was calling me DMX. He said, I did not call you DMX. So she said, you were calling me DMX, whatever. This is stupid. And she walks off. And it's like, Ashley, girl, who cares, right? Who cares? Because next episode, you are back with this man and y'all are hanging out and y'all are ziplining. I don't care. Ashley, go get some help. You need therapy, sis. You want toxicity. What she wanted in that scene is for Don to get rat-a-tat-tat and run after her. I feel like Ashley is the type that wants a man to just, yoke her up one good time and say chill. She's that type of toxic energy. The fact that you would think it's okay and you think it's a joke to say I'll slap the shit out of you, you weren't joking when you said that. You weren't smiling. You weren't laughing. You were dead ass serious. But him saying that your energy is giving DMX, that's girl. No, ma'am. Nope, not going. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. If you have not already, subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.